Ibig bang sabihin po, Mr. President, nawawala ng visa yung ginawa namin?
Hindi. He's
Ganun po pala.
He's still in legal custody.
Dapat po,
Therefore,
igagalang po kung ano yung aming iniwan.
yes,
Doon tayo magsisimula.
Ang iniwan ninyo, cite in contempt.
Hindi
And
po.
legal
Nasa
custody
legal
of the
custody
Senate.
na po ng,
He was still
ng House.
under the legal
ng,
custody of
ng
the Senate.
Mr. President,
Hiya na siya sa sarili niya kung meron pa siyang kahihiyan. Eh dapat naman, bakit kailangan po ang House of Representatives Speaker ang mananaig sa kanyang request? Kalabisan na po.
Recognized.
May I have the permission, Mr. President, to read your letter addressed to the House Infrastructure Committee dated September 8, 2025. This is to formally approve your request for Mr. Brice Hernandez to attend your hearing tomorrow, September 9, 2025, 9 a.m. at the People's Center House of Representatives. We expect that he be returned safely immediately after the said hearing to the Senate. So this is very categorical, Mr. President. Your their request that he be called for hearing in the House of Representatives was conditioned upon his safely return to the Senate. There is no need for a motion, Mr. President. I was still the chairman of Blue Ribbon Committee at the time, and it was very clear that we committed him to the custody of our Sergeant at Arms. Not in Quezon City, not anybody else. And so, as already asked by Senator Alan, we are not supposed to change the rule. I move, Mr. President, that he be back immediately to the custody of the Senate, not only because this is the condition that you gave them, but more importantly, in order to erase the perception that if he is here in the Senate, he is not safe. I will reject the idea that if he returns in the Senate, manganganib ang buhay niya. It is as if that we're giving credence to his statement, which I believe is not true, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, with due respect to our colleague, Senator Marcoleta, there was an intervention. Actually, he was supposed to come back to the Senate, but the Speaker of the House had intervened and asked if he can be kept in the House, which you did not agree. And you said that we will put him in the PNP Custodial Center under the custody still of OSA and the Senate.
Legal custody of the
Yes.
Senate.
So,
Still.
when he wrote the letter, Your Honor, wala pang intervention. So walang kasalanan dyan si Senate President. He was going to bring him in, but we are not bending any rule.
But
Because the Senate
request-
President already has said the rule.
Mr.
which
President,
allows
the
us-
request of the Speaker of the House of Representatives is inconsequential here. Legal or otherwise, the custody must be here. They are only asking us to lend him to their committee. The legal custody is still acquired by the Senate. And then, the committee was the one who ordered him to be legally detained in the custody of the Senate. The committee was the one who did that, not the Speaker of the House of Representatives. He could request that, but we are sorry to deny that
Maybe,
because
Mr.
the legal
President,
custody,
Mr. President, yeah.
legal or physical, is still with the Senate.
Mr. President, I think the points raised by Senator Marcoleta are valid. There's just, I think at the time, the witness had no fear of his life, but now he has fear of his life. We will guarantee that he's safe, even if he's in the Senate. No, that's why we're guaranteeing his safety if he's here in the Senate. But let's also be transparent, Your Honor, because I think the question there is kung meron bang mag-influensya pa sa kanya.
That
Diba?
was the point of the
Later on.
minority leader.
Correct.
There might be a perception that if he's here, he might be influenced by someone. That is also
Correct, Mr. President.
the minority leader made mention of that.
And that's why I believe the Senate President made that decision to keep him in a neutral area, which is the PNP Custodial Center. But then again, Mr. President, we're a deliberative body. If the body would wish him back here to the Senate, then we can discuss it further.
Mr. President, just a quick intervention.
Go ahead, Senator Lacson.
I would like to echo the earlier manifestation of the Majority Leader. Yung letter po ng ating Senate President was valid before the intervening event occurred. So we cannot invoke the letter of the Senate President kasi wala pa yung intervening event na mayroong request from the Speaker of the House. And the Senate President, using his own wisdom, granted the request, but we have not given the legal custody of Brice Hernandez to the House. We still maintain or retain the legal custody over his person. And as I mentioned earlier, kung kailangan siya ng House, they will have to seek permission from the Senate President.
Again, yes, they are not in
Thank you,
custody.
Mr. President.
Yes,
Mr.
Senator De La Rosa,
President.
yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
You know,
Let Senator De La Rosa speak first. Go ahead.
we have a very sad experience, Mr. President. Because if the reason why the Speaker requested for Brice Hernandez to be detained not in the Senate because for fear of being influenced by anybody or any member of the Senate. Alam mo, Mr. President, Colonel Grijaldo, nag-testify dito sa ating committee about the wrongdoings of the members of the Quadcom. Nagsumbong siya dito, Mr. President. And after he read his statement, sabi niya sa amin, Sir, can I be protected by the Senate? Dahil alam kong pinag-initan ako ngayon ng House. So, I share the information to the committee and even to the leadership of the Senate. But the following day, or the days after, he was required to appear before the Quadcom and he was cited in contempt. Nang siya ay na-contempt, kinulong siya doon. At nang kinulong siya doon, look what happened. Binubombard siya doon, pinupuntahan siya doon at sinasabihan na huwag yung gusto namin na mangyari, gawin mo na para makalabas ka na dito sa kulungan. Hindi nag-give in si Colonel Grijaldo. Kinulong siya hanggang natapos ang 19th Congress. So, Mr. President, sila ay takot sa kanilang ginagawa mismo. Hindi po yan gagawain ng Senado na mag-impluensya ng resource person. Never pa nangyari yan na mayroong pumunta doon sa baba, tinakot yung nakakulong, cited in contempt na resource person. Gawain nila yan sa House of Representatives. Ginawa nila kay Colonel Grijaldo. Kaya huwag tayong basta-basta bumigay sa kanila dahil we should be independent from them, Mr. President. Hindi natin sila dapat sundin kung anong kagustuhan nila. We have to stand on our own. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
Yes, Senator Marcoleta.
noong pong September 8, 2025, ako pa rin po ang chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Ang Blue Ribbon Committee po ang nag-approve ng legal and physical custody nung ma-cite in contempt si Brice Hernandez. Nung makiusap po ang Speaker ng House of Representatives sa inyo, di po ba dapat nakonsulta naman ang chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee? Dahil kami po, ginawa namin yon through the collective wisdom of the committee. Hindi po namin gawa-gawa yon. Kaya lang namin siya sinite in contempt sapagkat halos ipamukha na namin sa kanya ang mga datos. Ibinigay ko na sa kanya ang lahat ng ipinanalo at ipinatalo niya sa kasino. Pati yung ginagamit niyang dalawang ID na galing sa LTO, ayaw pa niyang aminin. Ganon po yung nangyari. Gusto lamang namin siyang turuan ng leksyon para sa ganon kahit papano baka maisip niya na dapat sana mapahiya na siya sa sarili niya kung meron pa siyang kahihiyan. Dapat naman sana nung siya'y mag-request ngayon sa House of Representatives, hindi po sa kanya dapat manggaling ang request kung saan siya magko-custody. Ang custody po yung natapos na. Nagsalita na po ang Blue Ribbon Committee. Bakit po hindi man lang nakonsulta ang Blue Ribbon Committee? Bakit kailangan po ang House of Representatives Speaker ang mananaig sa kanyang request? Kalabisan na po ba ang Blue Ribbon Committee noong araw na yun, Mr. President?
May I be clarified on what date that transpired? Yesterday or
September 8 po.
Monday?
Yes, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Monday was the hearing here in the Senate. Monday, he was cited in contempt. But
Yeah.
the hearing in the House was on Tuesday, September 9.
Yes,
And
Tuesday.
nasa-
So in the evening,
Opo.
when yesterday, no. So in the evening, when the speaker called me, Senator Marcoleta was no longer chairman of the Blue Ribbon.
No more, because we had already elected
It was
Senator
already Senator Lacson.
Lacson, yes.
Ibig bang sabihin po, Mr. President, nawawala ng visa yung ginawa namin?
Hindi. He's
Ganun po pala.
He's still in legal custody.
Dapat po,
Therefore,
igagalang po kung ano yung aming iniwan.
yes,
Doon tayo magsisimula.
Ang iniwan ninyo, cite in contempt.
Hindi
And
po.
legal
Nasa
custody
legal
of the
custody
Senate.
na po ng,
He was
ng
still
House.
under the legal
ng,
custody of
ng
the Senate.
Mr. President, may I ask for a minute suspension?
Session suspended.
I am not a Filipino for nothing. I did what I had to do. And whether you believe it or not, I did it for my country.